What's good, YouTube? Mario Devon back with yet another video. So one of the most useful things that I've had the opportunity to use in my cinematography career has been lighting that is bright enough. Cinematography lights, video lights that are bright enough to outpower the sun or light a scene in the daytime. So that's why I was very happy when ZHIYUN sent out this here B500. Okay, so this B500 has been something we've been using over the last 3 months. And the reason why we've been using it is some of the scenes and commercials we've been shooting has actually required us to kind of create daytime or a nighttime look. So because this B500 is bicolor, we're able to get like a sunset look. We're also able to get a nice little nighttime look if we want to cool down that white balance. So what we're going to be covering today is, of course, the light. But the main thing we want to have a discussion about is going to be the uses of a light like this and how it can be implemented into your cinematography workflow depending on the scene. So throughout this video, you're going to be seeing footage of me using this light outside. You're going to be seeing footage of me using this light on a music video and also 2 commercials. So let's talk about this B500. First and foremost, it is 500 watts. This thing get bright. This thing will blind you. I'm going to turn this on throughout the video and I'm going to hope not to blind you or myself in this thing. But I love the fact that it is 500 watts. That means it can outpower even some of your, daytime scenes. The other thing about this light that is very important is it is bicolor. So you go all the way down to something like 2700. You can go all the way up to something like 6500. And having that flexibility, of course, is allowing you to be versatile on different scenes. What you'll see later in the video too is that this is a Bowens mount. I'm pretty sure that's what the B stands for. Unlike the other lights that ZHIYUN has come out with that require an adapter to convert to Bowens mount. You can see that this thing is pretty well designed. You can look at the ergonomics of it and you can see that, okay, we have a good handle here. We have fans all around this thing. And the way you power it is not, the typical, cables that you'll see. It actually does have a power socket here, your typical power socket without those extra attachments and those power banks. It actually has direct power. So for some people that may be a good thing and maybe a bad thing. It's a good thing because you don't have to worry about a big power bank, but the bad thing may be you don't have a V-mount option for this thing yet. Now what I typically use with a light like this is going to be something like a generator. That way it doesn't matter where we go, we still have plenty of power. And look at it, again, we got all these fans on here. You know how much y'all like fans, because you don't want this thing to overheat. Apparently, that's the topic now, overheating. So we got more than enough fans to avoid overheating. Now, what's crazy is we have all these exposed fans. In the commercial that you're gonna see, like some of the BTS that you're gonna see, this thing was actually outside and it started storming. All right, it started pouring down, raining on this thing. And I was like, yo, don't turn that thing on. We were not about to blow nobody up, but it's so crazy. I came back home, let it dry out, and it was still working just fine. And when I say raining, I'm talking about it was pouring raining on this thing. And it still was intact, worked like nothing had happened. Other features is going to be, of course, the effects. You get those effects that you see in a lot of those lights, the TV, the lightning, the fireplace, those type of things. And the other thing is, just like this B100, you're able to control it with the ZHIYUN app, which we have done on many shoots already. Again, you're gonna have this BTS. I'm gonna be showing you that. But like I said, this thing has been extremely useful already. So I'm gonna talk through some use cases and just through the scenarios in which you're gonna see. So the way to get this off, we have this little knob here, and all you have to do is boom, you get that off. What you'll also notice is for this to be a 500 watt light, it is not that big. It is a pretty portable light when we're talking about 500 watts. So pretty easy to use. You put that Bowens mount on and all you have to do is make that turn, boom, and it snaps in. Pretty easy. But yeah, now what I like to do is have it set up outside like this, direct light on me, and you'll be able to see that it's actually able. And we were shooting this scene in high noon, like literally middle of the day, and I was able to get some really good quality light on my face. And I have darker skin, obviously, so it's going to be really interesting to use this in some of my fitness shoots. Like I literally can't wait to take this outside and use it for real. So right now we out in the sun. I'm melting, burning up, but I had to show you a little some example. All right, we got 2 cameras right here. We got the A7CR 20mm. Obviously, we got the FX3. I didn't want to bring the FX6 today, so sue me. I have my guy Mo here. He's behind the camera. You don't see him, but Mo's over here doing his thing, and he's helping me. We also brought a generator. That's a whole story I will tell you another time, but I brought a generator so we can actually get the stuff outside. The only thing I don't like about this, ZHIYUN, why would you give us a 500 watt light with no bag? Like, obviously if I'm trying to use something that's powerful, it's gonna be a lot of transportation going on. I'm not just gonna, this is not a studio light, so it's not like this is like an on-the-go light. You're gonna see how it's built too, and you're gonna see that. So I just recommend maybe give us a bag. Maybe, we may like that. Also, let me make sure my audio is good, because the wind is blowing. So what I'm doing now, people, is that we're in bright sunlight. I can literally barely see my phone, but we're going to go into the ZY Vega app, and I'm actually gonna control this through the ZY Vega app. Now, what Mo's gonna have to do, I'm gonna overexpose myself a lot. I'm gonna boost it. It's only at 18% right now. It is 10:45 a.m. in the middle of Nashville, Tennessee, so you know it's pretty bright. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do it. We're gonna feel the paint. All right, we're at 100%, okay? Oh my God, can you see the difference, Mo? All right, so we're at 100%. I'm hurting right now, but I'm doing this for you. I'm doing it for you, baby. All right, I don't even like y'all like that, but that's okay. I'm doing it for you, sacrificial. I don't even know if I'm overexposed over here on the Sony a7CR, but it's so bright outside, I'm using an ND filter on everything. But as you can see, we're just using the reflector at 100%. I can tell you based on what I'm seeing on my hand, also the heat dissipating upon my body right now, this is outpowering what's going on out here.
Also at 1.4 too.
And I'm also at, yeah, I'm also at 1.4 on the aperture. Let's see what it'll look like if we stop down at like maybe to 2.8, so we can match this camera here, because this is that 2.8 on the 20mm Viltrox over here. So let's stop it down. All right, cool. You stopped it down to 2.8. What does that look like?
We are at 2.8.
Cool. What does that look like?
Looks perfectly exposed.
Got it. So now I figured we will be perfectly exposed at 2.8 because a wide aperture, man, is what it looks like. But basically, the reason why you would want to use something like this, I think a lot of people don't understand, is that reflectors are cool. And I love using reflectors, especially on shoots, especially fashion shoots. I love using reflectors and people there holding it up, great. But you can't necessarily control the environment of a reflector. You kind of gotta adjust and move things. What if you have a light where you could just move the light and it's boom, you're there. Then also you can obviously control your exposure from your phone. So this thing has functionality, usefulness. And I think, regardless of the B500 or, 600 watt light or even a 1200 watt light, that is the usage of these lights, is that you're able to light pretty much any scene that you need to light. The other thing is that when you're using a light this strong, the other thing is you can expose for inside scenes even better. What I mean by that is, say for instance, you have a window behind you that's overexposed, that's really overexposed, and you want to bring it down. A lot of times your interior is going to be extremely underexposed. What's cool about having a light with this much power is that you're able to light your subject from the interior, perfectly, while also maintaining that exposure that you're wanting from the outside. So now we're able to see the clouds, but we're also able to see our subject pretty well. Another use case, we use this thing on a music video, but we were able to have this big, large source of light. The reason why it was important is because we were shooting this music video in a house that had a lot of windows around, and we were like, man, we need to be able to outpower the windows, and we were able to do that with ease using this light, using a really large light source. So example 2 is going to be, I love creating silhouettes sometimes. And for this specific, fitness shoot that I'm working on, we wanted to create like a silhouette. I wanted to actually have that backdrop, that white backdrop, that white void, with also having a silhouette of that darkness. So I was able to turn this light to 100% using a ginormous softbox, and you're gonna see it, this large softbox. And using that softbox, I was able to turn this light to 100% and getting that exact, shot that I was looking for. The reason why we had to turn this to 100% is we were inside of a store. So when you're in a store and we're in a running store, I don't have full control of the image. I don't have full control of the lighting. I don't have full control of the entire environment. But when you have enough power to work with your lighting, you can control or outpower everything around. And that is the reason why this thing came in super clutch, even for that scene. Another example, and I'm gonna say my favorite example. Me and my friend Harrison, we actually had to shoot a commercial for a brand, and we were trying to create this look, okay, that sunlight look. And I was there and I actually filmed a lot of the BTS, and you're gonna see in the BTS that we really needed this light. We needed this light a lot to shine through the window to create that natural sunlight look that we wanted on the scene. And the only way to do that properly is going to be with a light that is strong enough, that has enough power to actually cast really good lighting from outside, that is stronger than the lighting outside, you know, the daytime. I don't know if you ever heard of daytime, but daytime like it's able to outpower everything. And so basically having that direct light shining through the window, you've seen it before, but using a light that is strong enough, a 500 watt light, a 600 watt light, even a 1200 watt light, you're able to get a really nice, clean, natural light look when you're casting it through the windows. And what's cool is, if you know anything about white balance, all you have to do is shift that white balance. I'm going to show you some of that BTS too. You shift that white balance, and what's cool there is you're going to get now what we call a nighttime scene. We got the windows, we're using the windows still, but we're able to get that same kind of look that we were looking for. And we just pretty much had to, like, we were underexposed everywhere. We flagged the scene and everything, and when you see it, it's not going to look like it was, you know, shot in the daytime, but this scene was absolutely shot in the daytime, and it has that nighttime look that we were really wanting. And it was only possible by having a light that could not only outpower everything around us, but also a light that could easily shift that white balance. But I've had this for a month now, and I can tell you it's already been useful. I cannot wait to use it on some of my upcoming fitness shoots. I can't wait to use it for more of the short film commercials that we're doing, because it's going to be extremely useful. This is my, you know, strongest light right now. And typically when I'm on bigger production shoots, I have to rent out lights that are strong like this light. So now that we have this one, and we're going to be pairing it with other lights and testing it out, may even do some comparisons for some of the other gear that I rent whenever I need lighting that is strong enough. So I'm just letting you know, guys, this thing is so useful. I love this thing. And I was really happy when ZHIYUN reached out and they said, you know, they wanted to partner for a video. So last thing I want to say about this light is that we're in a day and age. This is going to be a rant. I'm going to move this out of the way. This is going to be a quick rant. You know what? Let's put it right here. Put it right here beside me. Chill out. There we go. Like, again, this is 500 watt. This is crazy. This light is not that big. Let's talk. We're in a day and age. We have it so good. Only reason I'm saying that, I haven't been in the cinematography game that long, but I just remember us fighting to have good video lights. This light is, I don't even know, like, it's not, it may be like $700, $800. It's crazy for us to have access to lighting that is this strong, that is this good. I've even seen some affordable 1200 watt lights. So I'm just extremely excited for how accessible this type of gear is for us, because we don't have, you know, $2,000 and sometimes $3,000, $12,000, you know, to spend on a light that's going to be strong enough to outpower, you know, some of your daylight scenes. I want you to think about it this way. A lot of us are truly hybrid shooters. Not only am I shooting, you know, commercials with video, but we're also trying to do campaigns, and that's what we're working on, especially for the rest of the year, is full-blown campaigns. And that is going to be a combination of photo content and video content. We are living in a world where, to save time for us on our shoots, we're not just shooting, you know, a photo session and then doing a video shoot. A lot of times we're doing everything at one time for maybe a 6 to 8 hour interval of us trying to get as much content as possible, because that's what the clients want. Long gone are the days where clients are willing to do separate shoots. I wish, but a lot of times they're trying to figure out how can we get the most content in one day. And a lot of times you need high quality lighting to get that done. And what you really need is lighting that is strong enough, not only for the video person, but also for the photo person. And that is the reason why I love the fact that we have access to lighting like this. Again, you've seen some of my photo shoots. I'm using video lights in all of them. We're gonna do some flash shoots, don't worry. I'm gonna be bringing that in. I have multiple flashes. I have many flashes that I just don't really use, because again, we're doing a lot of the hybrid shooting. But I got you in another video. We're going to be using, you know, the most affordable flashes that are on the market. Again, this is the B500. If you're interested in this, you've seen it out. It's been out for a little bit over a year, but if you're still interested in it, of course I'll have everything down in the description below. But let me know if you learned anything from this video. Hopefully you did. To me, the best way to do a product showcase is to actually go and use the product and then showcase not just the product and what it is, but also what it's capable of doing, if that makes sense. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Sound like a radio. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. I love y'all.